There's a British actor called Michael Caine, and something he said in the past really resonated. It was called use the difficulty. So in improv, there might be some things you have to deal with impromptu. The question is, what do you do? Do you complain that, oh, it's not as it's meant to be, can somebody come and fix it? Or do you work with it? He said he got told to work with it, but then he said he took that into life, and it's a philosophy he lives by. He's also taught his children this, that whatever life throws at you, use the difficulty, which then told me that things won't go according to plan most times. And that is life by design, not a flaw of life. And so you've got to learn how to still manage in those situations. You've got to say, how can I use the difficulty here? One example for me of using difficulty was when I was younger and I was applying to university. I was a very ambitious teenager, and I had my eyes set on a particular university I wanted to go to. Literally, I planned my whole life through, and that was the missing piece of the puzzle. And I applied to 5 universities, as we were allowed to at the time, and I got responses from all of them except that one. And so I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I had one rejection from one university, but it wasn't one that I really bothered about, so it didn't affect me much. And I'd gotten acceptances from the other 3, so it was just this last one left. And then one day I got a message saying I should check my portal. The result of my application had come out. And then I was like, okay, waiting expectantly. I open it up and I see unsuccessful. And I say, that can't be right. I press F5 to refresh, and it still said unsuccessful. I thought maybe it was a glitch or something, but it was still unsuccessful. I was shocked. This wasn't part of the plan. This isn't how it was supposed to work. I left the computer area and went downstairs. This was in school, and called my mum. And within about 2 seconds, I just burst into tears, like uncontrollable, incoherent sobs. And it was a sobering moment. I even got back to the university and sent them a message saying, hi, can you explain to me why my application got rejected? And they said, oh, there were a lot of people who had really good grades this year, and so they had to choose. And unfortunately, some students who were great candidates didn't make it because they had a limited number of students they could take on. Okay, so I had to roll with it. I mean, I still wanted to go to university. So I decided I had offers from 3 other universities, so I had some I could choose from. And eventually I chose one. And it ended up being a very great experience. Not only did I get to meet many amazing people who are still friends still today, I also got to study abroad. I also got to try out a lot of things and just be very independent in a way that I really appreciated. Now, there are many ways I could have dealt with that, and I could have let the disappointment of that get to me. But then once I realized this can't change, you suck it up and you just say, okay, this hasn't gone exactly as I planned, but we'll make it work. And in the end, it worked out better than I could have thought. And a few years later, actually, I drove past the city of the university I actually wanted to go to and realized, okay, yeah, it's a good city. University is not bad. Looking at my experience now, if I could go back and change things, would I? Probably not, because things worked out in the end, and it worked out well. So in life, sometimes you've just got to roll with the punches. It's not always easy, by the way. I'm not saying it's easy. Sometimes you just have to accept it and trust that things will work out in the end.